Okay, so we're here with Blake Martin, Mr. Blake Martin, for those of you who know.
Hello, everybody.
Okay, so I personally have, well, first off, congratulations. Congratulations because Blake is always doing something and he's always busy, and he just got back from LA. He just did a show yesterday. I'm sure he has somewhere to be right after this in like 10 minutes. And he's going back to LA in June, right?
Yes.
In June. So,
yes.
Congratulations
Thank you.
on all of it.
Thank you.
And so I know I have personally worked with you and I've walked in shows for you, and every time when we're in rehearsal, it amazes me in your creativity and ability to, what I feel like in half a second, create a runway show. Mm-hmm. Literally, he stands there like this and then boom. we literally are all over and it looks amazing. So my question to you is, where does that creativity come from?
I think it comes from a strong background in dance. I grew up in the entertainment industry as a dancer. And so being a dancer and then a choreographer, a lot of times you have to come up with choreography on the spot. You have to create formations, things don't work out, dancers don't show up. Your creativity has to be able to be split second, especially dancing for a major artist. A lot of people don't know, but I started off as a background dancer for B2K. I've performed with Chris Brown, Ciara, and several other people now, truth be told. I performed with those people when they were nobodies and they were trying to get deals, but nonetheless we did world tours, and so it really sparked my creativity and helped my brain to be able to function really fast. But even more so than that, I'm a creative that knows what I want. I always produce from the perspective of the audience member. So I ask myself, if I was sitting in this seat, what would be entertaining to me? What would I want to see if I paid $20, $25, $40 to be in a show? How would I want to be entertained? And then I kind of produce around that.
It's funny that you mentioned dancing, because one of my questions was actually what was the ultimate dream? Was it to be a dancer or was it to produce? Because
the ultimate dream was to be a dancer. I took dance lessons as a kid. I went to school for dance. I went to college with a partial dance scholarship. After graduating college, a good friend of mine at the time reached out to me and said, "Hey, we're doing a fashion show. We're looking for dancers for the show. Come audition." I did. In my audition, they said, "You're kind of really good. Would you mind being the choreographer?" And I was honored, and I said, "Of course I would." So I choreographed all the dancers for the show. A week before the fashion show, the producer quit. And they said, "We've sold tickets, we're ready to go, we have to do the show." And the choreographer is the second in line under the producer. "So we need you to step up." At the time, I had never even been to a fashion show, ever. I said, "I don't know what I'm doing, but I'll do my best." And I did. And instantly, I fell in love with the art of fashion show production and literally never danced again. I was like, so whatever this is, I want this forever. Dance, you've been good to me, but I'm done. Whatever this fashion show production is, I want this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was 8 years ago.
And you're doing great.
Thank you.
So I follow you on Instagram, and again, I've done shows with you, and although it feels like you're open, nobody knows everything about anybody. So what is something that others don't know about you?
What is something others don't know about me? I consider myself extremely Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. So some people know that my birth government name is Terrence. Blake is the stage name that my agency gave me when I first began in the industry. And Blake and Terrence are two vastly different people. Terrence is very introverted, very, very shy, very, very self-conscious. I would always prefer to be in the house alone, reading a book. Whereas Blake is the life of the party. He commands attention. He's strong. He's powerful, and they're completely different, two different people. And a lot of times, I go through this process, whether it be for rehearsal, a show, an interview. I stop, I pause for 5 minutes and literally have to exit one person and enter the other. And then as soon as that's over, I then have to exit and then re-enter the other body. Sometimes it gets jumbled because people who know Terrence, but they know Terrence through Blake, you don't know who to be around those people.
Yeah.
So it gets jumbled. But, you know, a lot of people may see what I do and think that I'm an extrovert when I'm truly, truly like one of the shyest, most self-conscious people on the planet.
So who knows you best?
I feel like my mom knew me best. Outside of that, probably my two best friends, Ariel and Jeffrey. They can tell the switch. They can look at me and they treat me a different way. They talk to me a different way when they see the switch. Those are the people that I am completely unfiltered with when I'm angry, when I'm happy, when I'm sad. I am just raw with them. And in this business, it's a show. This is show business. And so a lot of times when they're in the room and I have to be Blake or I have to be this person, I can feel them looking at me and they're like, this is so not you. You're so uncomfortable. This is so not what you want to do. But it's good to have those people who know the real me around me. And so I'm very appreciative of those two people.
So what impact do you hope that you leave on others when you're producing your show or when you are meeting them as Terrence? What impact do you hope people remember you for and that you leave on them?
I think the intention for the two are completely different. As Terrence, I have had a very challenging life. In high school, I was raped by my principal. I've been homeless. I've dealt with addiction. I've dealt with a lot as Terrence, and I'm very proud to have overcome those things. One of my company's missions is suicide prevention because I've tried to commit suicide as a youth 11 times. So when I meet people as Terrence, I always try to bestow on them a sense of love, a sense of compassion, and let them know everyone is fighting a fight that we don't know about. And so I want them to know that someone out there cares, someone out there loves you, everything will be better. As Blake, the intention is completely different. As Blake, the intention is always dreams do come true if you work your ass off. I have been labeled so many different things, from difficult, mean, jerk, pushy, whatever. And although sometimes hurtful, I take those labels on because at the end of the day, I want to push people to know that your dreams can come true, but it takes a whole bunch of work. And so if I have to be the person to push and push and push and push to push you into a mindset of working hard, then I'll do so. It's kind of like the athletic coach. During rehearsal, during practice, during the game, you hate your coach. And then the minute you get a scholarship, he's the best person in your life. So I think of the intention for Terrence and Blake in two different ways, but I hope that in everything I do have a lasting impression on someone.
I think both are very strong impacts that both, no matter who they're meeting, would affect in a positive way.
Thank you.
I thank you, because you've been positive in my life.
Thank you.
So the last section I have is just answer the question. So these are...
Okay.
Answer it.
I'm gonna try.
Okay.
I'm horrible at this game.
Okay. Ready?
Yes.
New York Fashion Week or Paris Fashion Week?
Paris.
Blonde or bald?
Bald.
Date someone older than you or younger than you?
Older.
At Coachella, Beyonce or Cardi B?
Neither.
Blake Martin experience or Eventbrite experience?
The Blake Martin experience.
Always?
Always.
Yes! Yes! Well, Blake, as I said, you have been so influential to me and a positive influence on my life. How can others, Terrence or Blake, support you, be there for you? What is it that you need from us? Can you tell everyone how we can be there for you?
I think I've gotten it. Love, support, compassion. I thank everyone from around the world who has done that for me, but specifically Chicago. Chicago has molded me into everything. I love this city. I love what it does. I think the main thing that sometimes we do miss is understanding, and understanding that when decisions are made or things have to be done, they're made for a reason, and sometimes, you know, it may affect you in a not so great way, but I made that decision because it positively affected these 20 other people. And sometimes people don't understand that sometimes we all have to be the casualty in decision making. And so understanding probably would be the only thing I would want more from people. But I appreciate the love and the support that people have given me, because without that, I literally would be nothing. So thank you.
You heard him. What's Instagram?
At Mr. Blake Martin.
Follow him.
Right now. Because if you don't follow, I'm going to judge you. And if I judge you, God's going to judge you.
What happens if they don't like? They don't like.
That's fine. Numbers are important. Press the follow. Engage me. Talk. I talk back. Like, comment, DM. Well, don't DM. I don't respond to those. But let's chat. Love you guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And again, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys have a fabulous week.
Peace.